morning. It's morning here in Shaker Heights, Ohio. It's a beautiful morning. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Today we are going to do our weekly review of all the news in the world of social media and marketing. I do this every day with a flash briefing that is sent to your Amazon device. It's called the Front Row Entrepreneur Flash Briefing, and I also do this via Messenger Bot. So there's two different ways to subscribe, but basically I filter through all the news as it relates to online business, digital marketing, social media, and then I look and see what I think is important for you, and then I strip out all the good stuff and deliver it to you in little quick nuggets. So a lot happened this week, and on Fridays what I like to do is, of course, tell you the news on Friday, but then do a quick roundup of everything that happened during the week. It's also since I'm live, it's also a great opportunity for me to answer questions. So if you have any questions or comments, I'm here. Okay? So first of all, the way I always start off my flash briefings is to let you know what's ahead in terms of special days, because these are a great, just sort of low-hanging fruit way to this is a great way to create some social media content. If you're sort of struggling with what to post, you can build content around these silly things, but these silly things do get conversation going and bring people together. So we started off the briefing today talking about the month of September, because if you can believe it, tomorrow is September. Oy vey, I don't know how that happened. Okay, so the whole month of September: Read a New Book Month, Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, Pulmonary Fibrosis Awareness Month, Suicide Prevention Month, Shake Month, Sewing Month, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, Hunger Action Month, Happy Cat Month, Honey Month, Chicken Month, and Piano Month. Okay? Tomorrow is Building and Code Staff Appreciation Day, World Beard Day, International Turkey Vulture Day, and Ginger Cat Appreciation Day. And of course, Monday in the United States is Labor Day. So keep those in mind as you create your tweets, your Facebook posts. What can you do to tie those into your marketing? You don't want to take too far of a leap. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can tie it in a way that makes sense and use that hashtag in your tweets and in your posts, that's great. But you don't want to do it if there's just really no connection and tie-in. So, Kat, I think we pretty much experience the same weather. So yeah, beautiful here as well. In fact, the whole summer has really been pretty darn great, right? All right, so let's talk about what's going on in Twitter news. So basically, they've been really busy, if you've been paying attention, very busy stepping things up to just make it a safer place, get rid of all the misleading fake stuff, the bots and all that kind of stuff. It's quite the project. Don't know if they're going to be able to be successful. But one of the new things that they've added is an actual label, and I will show you what that looks like right now. My desktop is a bit of a mess, but it's right there on the right-hand side, if you can see it right there, where it says healthcare is a right. Okay, so right there in the lower left-hand corner, you'll see promoted, and then in parentheses, issues. So that's new. So you'll start seeing that. And Jamia says, is there a trick to getting verified on Facebook? If there is, I don't know what it is. Because it's definitely not follower count. I was able to get verified on Facebook a long time ago. And I did not have a lot of followers. So I do not. So the answer is, I don't know what it is. If I will do some research and see what's changed on that, but I haven't read anything lately. I do know now with all the channels, it's like harder than ever. So I'll keep you posted on what I find out about that. Okay. Oh, thank you. Susan says that Hispanic Heritage Month starts September 15th. So thank you very much for that. Alrighty, moving on. through our updates. YouTube news. So this is great for nonprofits. If you have any nonprofit clients, especially if they are a registered nonprofit, YouTube is going to make it really easy to they're going to add a donate button that's going to allow you to embed that right next to your YouTube videos so people can donate right there from the YouTube video. So I think that's pretty darn cool. LinkedIn has put out a paid media worksheet that is sort of like a little study guide cheat sheet for their ads and specifically targeting in their ads. So if you want to check that out, it's somewhere on LinkedIn, or you could go to jenlehner.com/flash. We put a link to that today, so you could take a look at that guide. And then, so that's all what happened today. That's the news from today. Now I'm going to quickly recap everything that happened this week. So first of all, Facebook is experimenting with this new things in common label, which I have not seen. Let me know if you have. Sounded kind of weird, but I see where they're going. You know, what they constantly are trying to do now is make us engage with each other. And so this things in common will be like, if you're watching, if you're looking at a piece of content and and Fred Jones is looking at the piece of content and you both went to the University of Michigan, of course, Facebook knows that. And so Facebook will say, hey, Fred went to University of Michigan for your eyes only. Everybody else won't see that, but Facebook will find that commonality and let you know it. And so then you and Fred can start a conversation about University of Michigan or whatever. Let's see here. I haven't seen that yet. Let me know if you see it. They're also expanding this A/B testing tool that is going to allow us to test organic page posts. And apparently big publishers like BuzzFeed and those folks, they're the ones, of course, who have been able to use it first, and they have reported this to be very effective. But basically it'll let you upload different options of posts and then have you say that you want to compare performance based on what were some of the things, comments, shares, reactions, impressions, link clicks, and then what they actually call something else, and then iterate accordingly. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if and when that happens for us. I'll be able to speak to that more. Another thing, or I should say, the biggest thing I think that Facebook announced this week did not make headlines. I think this is very important. And that is, and I've freaked out about this when they did it for Facebook a couple of months ago already, I guess it was. And that is in their whole, all their efforts to bring us more transparency. What we're going to be able to do now is people who have a large following on Facebook, not only are we going to be able to click next to their profile, it's like view more information. I don't have it yet, but this is what's coming. View more information about that account or that person. Like, did they change the name of the account? How long has the account been active? Where is the account located? Yada, yada, yada. I don't care about that. But what I do care about is they're going to let us see the ads that they have posted on Instagram. So let me make sure that that's right and I'm not telling you wrong. Oh my God, I totally got off track. Just let me rewind, okay? Because I got so excited about that. That's Instagram. Facebook, this is really big. Facebook is going to allow us to put links in stories. We don't have it yet, but they're going to allow us to do it in the same way where it's really nice and embedded the way that we can in Instagram stories. And as you know, we don't get that swipe up feature unless, and we're not able to add links like that into our Instagram stories unless we have 10,000 followers. Facebook stories have not been super successful. And so they're hoping that adding this feature will make more people use Facebook stories. I know I will use Facebook stories more if I'm able to do this without having 10,000 followers. So that was just kind of like really on the down low. And I thought that was important. And the other thing, which I'm going to repeat myself when we get to Instagram news, is also humongous. And Okay, YouTube news. They've added these activity dashboards. Watch me roll my eyes. And it's supposed to show us how much time we're spending on the app. As a parent, I can see how this is valuable, to, if we want to check on our kids and see how much time they're spending on the app. But as grown people, first of all, are you going to go and look and see how much time you're spending in the YouTube app? If you're spending too much time online, if you're spending too much time on these platforms, right? And so I just think it's silly. I think that because Facebook has added it, Instagram has added it, so you can see how much time you spend on the app. Because I think it's a PR move on their part to say, look how much we care about our audience. Look how much, we care about you. We're being proactive, since they're all getting just the hell beaten out of them with all of this bad stuff that's happening. I think wherever they can be proactive, they're going to do that. But honestly, my personal opinion is that it's not going to amount to a hill of beans in the way that we use these platforms personally. And Kat says, still not getting the why use stories for Facebook. Do you mean like why to use stories for Facebook? Just elaborate, because I just want to make sure. I think that's what you mean. And I would say that we would use Facebook stories for the same reason we use any stories, because it gives us an opportunity to really connect more deeply with our audience. But I just don't think. I think what's confusing is that, like, where is it business? Where is the line from business to personal? Because I really don't want to do stories for the whole world to see. There is now a way for our Facebook business stories to just be on our business page. But it's just not a super clear, like, demarcation line. And I think that that's one of the things. Plus, I don't know, like the filters, everything is better on Instagram. I think Facebook will eventually get there. Good morning, Nancy. Yes, they're doing it for Congress. I agree. Okay. And so that was the YouTube. Oh, and one good thing YouTube is adding this week is that they're going to give us basically a do not disturb option, so that users, your notifications will be sent to you without sound and vibration between the hours of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. And you'll be able to have all your push notifications sent in a daily digest, as opposed to coming through one at a time. So I think that's a good thing. And the big news. Okay, so back to. I spoiled the surprise, but it's not really a surprise because you probably already know it. But number one is the whole transparency thing that I was just mentioning, is that the really big news is that you're going to be able to see people who have large accounts. You're going to be able to learn more about their accounts on Instagram, but that's not the exciting thing. The exciting thing is you're going to be able to look at the ads that they are creating. And you're going to be able to learn a lot from those ads that you're going to be able to see all the ads that anybody on Instagram is running. That is super valuable if you're smart and use those and deliberately go and look at influencers who are serving the same audience that you're serving, then to be able to look at their ads, not to copy their ads, but like, you could see, like, what are they doing? Is it working? Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, I might do something like that. I hadn't thought about positioning myself that way. So I think that's really, really, really huge. And then, of course, the biggest news in Instagram this week was verification. So there's just a couple of things that I want to, that jumped out at me about that. Everybody has rushed out to get their Instagram verification. But one thing that I mentioned in the flash briefing that I read was that they don't want to see us linking to outside platforms. Okay? So what does that mean? Well, it's like every single post I have is either sending someone to YouTube or whatever. So I'm not going to go in there and delete all of my posts. But the main link, a lot of people are using Linktree. I love Linktree. But Linktree is sending everybody to everywhere else but Instagram. It's my website, sending them to wherever. So I just thought, I'm going to improve my chances if I change that link just to go to my website. And because that was loud and clear in the tips is do not have links to like your Twitter, right? That's just kind of obvious. The other thing is that they said if you don't get approved, you can reapply in 30 days and that they'll let us know. They'll let us know one way or the other. I haven't heard anything yet. Have you? And when you do, please let me know. Because I really want to get an eye. Oh, and then another problem that a member was running into was she just could not submit. She just it would not, like, the button wouldn't highlight for her to, like, click submit. And what she realized is that she was using a middle initial on her name, and it would not accept the middle initial. So she got rid of it, and then she was able to. Or vice versa. She needed her middle initial. So if you're having trouble, that might be why. And we talked about the transparency tools. Interesting, in Twitter, they are now recommending to some people, I have not seen this, but you might see in your feed that they are recommending that you unfollow people. And I thought that was really interesting. It's in their effort to help you clean up the clutter. And I'm all about getting rid of clutter. And I think this is not a terrible thing. The only way it's terrible is if Twitter suggests to people to unfollow me. then I'm not going to, me no likey. Okay. And in LinkedIn news, they've rolled out automated bidding for sponsored content. So it says, by using a powerful combination of machine learning and pacing algorithms, they will find the perfect bid for your sponsored content campaigns to get you the most result, whether that's for more clicks, impressions, leads, website conversions, or video views for the best possible price. And P.S., Facebook has been doing that forever. So I'm a little bit lukewarm or even colder on LinkedIn ads, only because it seems to me that so far LinkedIn ads really only work if you have a super, super big budget. I mean, thousands of dollars a month. But that could be changing. So I'm not going to rule them out. I'm always going to play around with the paid advertising on all the channels, because I just think that's where it's at. Because I love, being able to target and get our certain content in front of the right people. But I'm just saying, I'd love to hear about your experiences advertising on LinkedIn. Up to this point, I have found that unless I have a client who has a huge budget, there's just not the return there. So let's look at what Velma is saying. For Instagram, I've applied to be verified. I had the submission problem too, so I'll have to go back and check and try to resubmit again. So my name has to match exactly what's on my account or on my issued ID, not what's on your account. Because, for example, my account is Jen_Lehner, and when I put in my name, I put Jennifer Lehner, and that worked. So I would say that your name probably needs to match your name on your account or your ID. Try both ways, but not your account. When you set up your account, you put in your first and last name. So it probably needs to be like that. And then if that doesn't work, then double check that it matches your ID. But it definitely does not need to be your handle, because think about it. Jamia is Evolved Teacher, and that's not her name, but that's her handle. So yes, LinkedIn is damned expensive. That is for sure. Okay, so that's it for our news today. I am excited because at noon, which is in 2 hours, noon Eastern Standard Time, we will have our kickoff for our Fall Accountability Challenge. I'm looking at my Diva ring, my little miniature ring light, instead of in the camera. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know why it's like I am, being drawn, like hypnotized by my little ring light, and I need to be looking right there. So I'm looking at you in the eyes. But this accountability challenge, you guys, this has been of everything I've done since I have been in business online, this is, I don't know, the most popular thing I've ever done in terms of people just freaking out, like loving it. The emails that I get, I mean, really, I've done a poor job of sort of like collecting all of the testimonials. I sort of stuck them all up on the registration page, but there's way more. I mean, people are like, when are you going to do the challenge again? I never got so much done. It was exactly what I needed. And so spring and fall is when we host them. And it's basically 4 weeks, and it's structured. It's really simple, actually. So everybody will set their goals today, and they'll have those completed, by the cutoff time, which actually I can't remember when that is, but it's either Sunday. We either made the cutoff for the goals Sunday night or tonight at midnight, probably Sunday night, to have the goal complete. And the goal is not something like, I want to be more positive. I want to have more gratitude. I want to be more confident. No. Your goal is, I want to have my book outlined, or I want to create a podcast. I want to create a flash briefing. I want to create a month's worth of content. I want to have my content calendar for the next 90 days. Usually it's bigger than that, though, because actually those kind of things can get done much more quickly than 4 weeks. But my point is that it is measurable, and I'll get to that in just 1 second. But the point is that your goal is measurable, and this is just a good practice to have anyway, right? Like you're going to set your goal and make sure it's measurable, and then over the next 4 weeks, you have these tasks that you're going to complete to get to that goal. But the way that the challenge is structured is like this. So you spend about 20 minutes in the challenge itself every week. So on Friday nights, we have basking. So let me start with Sunday. On Sundays, we task. On Fridays, we bask. So on Sundays, when we task, we basically we list our tasks for the week that we need to get done, okay, to move us towards that goal. That's the most important thing. We've got to keep our eye on the goal. It's not a bunch of it's not a bunch of stuff, a bunch of busy work. This is really well thought out, laser focused stuff that is going to get you to that goal, at your 4 week goal. Okay, that's on Sunday night. Friday, we bask. And the idea is that you're basking in your accomplishments, of everything that you got done. And then there's a lot of weeks when we just don't get things done. I mean, we've had challenges. These challenges, there have been natural, knock on wood, this doesn't happen again, but it is, we are headed into hurricane season, but floods, fires, hurricanes. I mean, people were literally in this challenge evacuating their homes, and they still stayed in this challenge. Because it's really very doable. So it takes just a few minutes to come in and write down what you did or didn't accomplish. And then we do it again the next week. But here's the thing. You get points every time you check in and you bask and you task. You are not given points for how many of the things that you accomplished. You're getting the points for checking in and writing a few words about what you did or didn't accomplish. And it is remarkable how just doing that simple exercise week after week for 4 weeks really keeps you on track. We're helping you be accountable, but more importantly, you're being accountable to yourself. And we do it all in the Facebook group. And then we also, for the people who want to participate, we have a group Trello board. So everybody can see everybody's progress, and we sort of comment and cheer each other on and all that sort of stuff. But it's just, when you're an entrepreneur, it's so easy to flail, and it's easy to feel a little bit lonely. And this is a really strong team that is helping to push you forward. So what I want to say is, if you're not a member of VIP, Okay, thank you. It looks like we've got a link posted. If you're not a member of VIP, you could join just for the month because VIP is a month to month kind of thing. And my God, it's like $37. So I'm sorry. I could charge $1,300 for this challenge and people I think would pay for it because you get that much out of it. So if you just join, it's fine with me. Like my feelings aren't going to be hurt if you just want to join and then you leave after the challenge. I really just want you to check out this challenge. Rolga, I do not know how we find out the status. I went into my Instagram to go and like try to apply again because I thought if I did that, then it would say when I went into that little screen that it would say like you've been accepted or you've been denied or something, but there was nothing. It was just grayed out because I have already submitted, so I can't submit again. So I don't know, and I'm really excited to hear from you guys when you get accepted or denied. I mean, hopefully it's accepted. Okay. Hey, Kim. Good to see you. So that's it for our updates today, you guys. Who's doing something fun this weekend? In the U.S., we are celebrating not Memorial Day. Get with the program. We are celebrating Labor Day on Monday. So a lot of people have long weekends or they're doing something fun or they're going out of town or whatever. I am not really doing anything tonight. I am hosting 40 boys from the cross country team to have dinner at our house. Every Friday night, the cross country team gets together to eat at different people's houses. So it's a lot of pasta to cook. It's really gross, their menu. Well, can I just tell you, they eat, this is like, it's like a tradition, right? So cross country team, this has always been the menu. So it's pasta and sauce. Okay. But they want chocolate milk. Ugh, I just don't think chocolate milk, I'm not a milk person anyway, and I just don't think chocolate milk and pasta should go together. They go through gallons of chocolate milk. Okay. That's number one. And the other gross thing is Texas toast. Now, and it's got to be the Texas toast that is frozen with all the chemicals on it. So if you go to the grocery store, they've got like, it's called Texas toast, and it's, I call it chemical bread, because one year I hosted it and I had it catered and it was this wonderful restaurant that brought like real Italian bread, like the nice, soft, chewy loaves. And one of the boys walked in and he looked and he's like, "Where's the Texas toast?" I mean, so I learned my lesson. I ran for years and I never heard of chocolate milk. It seems to me that would upset your stomach for the race the next morning, but never heard of that. Okay. Well, it is time to get to work, you guys. Speaking of accountability, let's go crush it, and have a great day. If you're not already a member of my free online classroom, The Front Row, make sure and join. You can go to frontrowclassroom.com and I'll let you in. In fact, today is Friday. It is the day that new members are admitted, so I need to go and do that actually right now. See you later.